NFTs and AI tools for gaming software.
I'm the co-founder and head of product at i3SOFT. We're a startup that's disruptive, and I'm going to change the tone of this NFT pitch. Luis was talking about JPEGs. I'm actually going to talk a little bit about integrating AI and NFTs into our games and how we take advantage of that utility. So, AI for CRM is very common in our industry, but AI within the games is relatively new and, in my opinion, is the future. NFTs. So, contrary to what Luis said, I'm an old guy. I've never owned an NFT. But does that mean that NFTs won't be spectacular for utility in iGaming? So for me, the euphoria might have passed for art-based NFTs, but to me, the future are utility NFTs. Now, what does that mean? What is utility? So utility simply refers to the benefits obtained from consuming an item or service. How does AI and NFT utility benefit the players in iGaming? AI 101. AI can be beneficial when there are tedious workloads or where there are computations that involve a lot of data. These benefits can be described as utility. Some examples of utility in gambling games. A fantasy sports player might use AI to build a team. A sports bettor might use AI to compute odds. A casino player might use AI to track jackpots. A bingo player might use AI to predict patterns, and a poker player might use AI to analyze hands. NFTs 101. Contrary to the notion of a JPEG and a dream, utility can provide NFT holders with real-world rewards and other benefits that are linked to the ownership. Some examples of NFT utility in gambling would be a sports bettor who holds an NFT might get rewarded with tickets to a game, or a casino player who holds an NFT might be eligible for a certain casino reward. A bingo player might be able to win a unique set of prizes, and a poker player might win entry into a land-based tournament. So I'm going to tell you a few ways that i3SOFT are solving some real-world problems by integrating AI and by taking advantage of the utility of NFTs. Now, we've been doing this for more than 2 years. We've been building products that we'll be launching in the fall. So let's start with online sports product that we're building. We identified the problem as being complex parlay bets are tedious for some players to build. So what we do is we utilize AI to learn the player's preferences and to put every possible parlay combination together to generate the bet slips. Our prototype software can be taught what those player preferences are, and it can digest massive sets of data from our data feed suppliers. I'll go quickly. I have 7 minutes left. But just an example of how NFTs, and this pitch is mostly about NFTs. So let's think about how NFTs can provide utility into sports bettors. So a sports bettor can own a team-based NFT that provides utility by offering jackpot sharing. Or they could be able to provide an event ticket. Our software enables players to own NFTs that provide fractional ownership of those in-game teams, and they could provide team gear or use smart contracts to be able to share large jackpots. All right, so bingo. This is a complex problem in online bingo, and I don't know if anyone here is from that industry, but live chat hosts are a big part of the online bingo industry. It's a social product where people come, they auto-daub their cards, so they need something to be able to do. And traditionally, we've hired lots of live chat hosts that provide mini games in the games. They provide different ways to have social engagement. What we've done recently is we've actually used ChatGPT, and we've implemented chatbots into those. They actually run the mini games, they engage the customers, they help the customers to engage with each other even. They can actually learn what the customer's preferences are, and they can help guide that experience. So not only lower cost, but also more engagement. All right. Let's go to poker. So online poker is rife with issues. Part of the issues are that there's predatory use of robots. Basically what happens are the robots are playing against the players, and they're programmed well enough to actually be able to beat the players. That's first. Second is that there are predatory heads-up tools where players can buy the tools from companies and understand exactly what their players are doing, so they have an edge. What happens when they have an edge? Then the recreational players get beat, and that's what's known in online poker as churn. How are we doing? How are we solving that problem? We're actually using bots to play for the players. And so our bots that we've developed play exactly the same. It took us 2 years to develop these bots. And what they do is they play good enough to be able to not get exploited, but not too good to be able to be beaten. And so that's one way that we've combated that. The second way for anyone who plays online poker is that tournaments take a long time to play. Sometimes 6-8 hours to be able to play. What we've done is we've taken that period where people are not making any money, and we've combined it in from 6 to 8 hours into 3 minutes of an entertainment experience. So those 3 minutes now, the bots all play a regular game of poker, and the winners play in a regular poker game that might take half an hour or an hour. So that's how we've utilized AI into online poker. NFTs. So let's talk about NFTs. Megan's going to talk after me. She's going to explain in great detail how utility helps in NFTs. I'm just going to give some really quick examples of stuff that we've done. So what we do with NFTs is our bots are actually for sale as an NFT. You can own that. It has utility in the game. And then you can share the prizing with the people that have used your bots. So in other words, you own an NFT. What's the utility? The utility is that you can make money with that NFT as you own it. There's also a really, really interesting affiliate model in that regard as well, where the affiliates can actually own NFTs, and as a result of their getting lifetime player value through some preconceived mechanism, they can actually win along with the players. So that's one of the ways that we've actually utilized NFTs into actual game experience. Thank you very much for joining me. Is there a chance to take Q&A? I have 3 minutes left. Are there any Q&A? Are there any questions about what we do? Yo. Yeah, of course. Sorry to be impromptu.
Thank you.
So I'm curious about like the bot for poker players, right?
Yeah.
So are you an anti-cheat system, or are you assisting players and
Yeah,
servicing
it's a
players?
super question. So, of course, the predatory bots are playing against the players. What we've done is we've actually utilized the bots to play for the players. And we actually have a patented system where you can toggle off and on the bot if you want to use it when you make the final tables.
Wouldn't it be better to develop something, a system where you can, an anti-cheat system, so to speak, to combat against bots instead?
Yeah, so what this does is you actually, you're identified by your player name. So the players' bots are all equal. Now, instead of bots being unequal and them being predatory and being able to take your money, the bots are all equal. Yeah, good question though.